Good afternoon. Today is the 11th of August and this is part 7 of the Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the enormous Cranleigh Lions Classic Car Show here in Surrey. I do apologise in advance if there is wind noise, if I get interrupted by announcements, if I fall over, if I get things wrong. I'm afraid just the way that it goes on this channel. So an extremely local car to this area. You can see on the plates of this Scirocco that one of the branches of Lockyer, Volkswagen, Audi in 89 was actually in Cranleigh, so there we go. Apparently this one is for sale, so you can call Joe on 07826 523708. Apparently this is less than 20,000 miles on the clock. Unusual for a car from this sort of era, at least 35 years old. It's the Scirocco GT. Excellent. Next to it, a Rover 827i from 1995. It's one of the last of a Honda engine ones. The KV6 engine came in to replace it in 1996. I have actually driven two of these 800s, a pre-facelift and a post-facelift, and both with this exact colour. 1966 Ford Cortina Mark I with the airflow ventilation. Call 07881 950883. Excellent. That does look rather nice as well. This is the deluxe automatic specification. Organ three-wheeler. This will be sort of a more modern one, and that is for sale as well. 07831501707. The 2020, £38,500. I don't know how much of those are new, so is that good value? I have no idea. Then we have a Lancia Delta HF Integrale. Is that actually for sale? Because this would be a lot of money if it is. Awful lot of money. It doesn't say. No, it's not in there. Maybe it's in the rear window. Maybe it's not for sale at all. Golf GTI Mark II, 5-door, probably an 8-valve. I think those are the correct wheels as well. Have we still got the left-hand drive wipers? Yes, we do, because only the later ones had right-hand drive wipers for some reason. Very nice. Rolls-Royce. I think this could be a spur, it just could be a nice Spirit. Silver Dawn. Oh yes, forgot about those. 96, 97 on a P, and the doors open so we can have a look at quite literally the Rolls Royce of beige leather interiors with wooden piping. Very tasty. MG Magnet ZB, this one, because of the larger rear window, be about 57, 58. Very nice. We're going to have to skip some of these vans and things and go on to this Dodge Charger, which looks very much like the one from Bullet. I wonder why. You see there's pretty tons of these around the world. Oh, next to it is a Mustang.
Yeah, your mum was
Dodge Charger RT, yes. Very, very sort of correct. What was the chap who played the driver? I think it was Bill Hicks, wasn't it? Bill Hicks. Excellent. And then JJZ 449, not JJZ 109. Yes, it looks rather like the one from the film, doesn't it? Superb. Feel better now. 82, 83, 380 SL. And it's for sale. Call Hayden on 07710 707 990. It's an 82. Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power Channel says this could be yours. In fact, we're going to have to not film that Mercedes there, viewers, because of the things we saw at the beginning of the video. Morris Marina pickup, Series 2 Marina, I think this one. Still got the sort of very basic original dashboard in it. 77, 78 on S. And then an Anglia Super 123E 1964 with the 1200 engine, although it could have a different one in it by now. Excellent. Alfa Romeo Owners Club. Some very tasty treats here. 1984-85 Alfa Romeo GT V6. A bit like the one in Octopussy. Second one we've seen today, actually. And then an Alfa Romeo 159 Ti. Wonder if it's got the 1750 engine in it that was in the 159 sports wagon that I drove, or sport wagon, I can't remember which one it is, that I drove last year. 2009-10 registration. And a sort of tasteful biscuit interior as well. Excellent. And then we've got a very, very late Alfa Ti. This is one of the very, very last ones. 1983 it would be only. Seen one of these already. 1.3 as opposed to the 1.5. I think I've seen mainly 1.5 Ti's actually with those. And then we have the Alfa Romeo HC Competizione. I could always forget these cars even exist actually. 4Cs are far more common than these. They did make them, I think about 2008 or something. With these, I forget now. Very beautiful car. Very, very beautiful car indeed. Then one of these Alfa Spiders, which is sort of similar to a Brera. This one from about 2008. And then a much older Spider. I think this is a Series 4, something like that. 1986-87. I think they finished production about 1994 from memory. And you could get them into right-hand drive, I think, all the way to the end over here. We're a big market for Alfa Romeo in this country. Alfa Sprint, this one is 1981-82 on an X. Very, very pretty cars, these. Unlike the normal Alfa Sprint, these actually continued the production on 1989. Sprint Veloce. Next to it, a Montreal with the, I think, a 2.6 litre V8 these had in them. Really rather nice. Really rather nice indeed.
Do you know what? I think it's
2002 to 3. Alfa Romeo GT V6, a 916 shape. The only 916 I've ever driven is a 2-litre JTS convertible from 2003. I would like to try some more of these. This one's got a 6-speed gearbox in it, fantastic. Right, next stand we've moved on to, we'll come back to the rest of it later, we'll just go down this road. Rover P6, 2000, 1967-68. X100 Jaguar XK8 with a cream leather interior. Probably about 2000. Renault 5 GT Turbo, one of the sort of earlier type of this with the, I think they have a Cléon Font 1.4 engine in these actually. 1985-86 on the C. There's an old Cléon Font engine. Unless it's been changed with something else. It might actually have a different engine in that one. You can fit other ones as well to a 5. You can fit like the Renault Clio engine, perhaps the Williams one, 2-litre F-type engine. 1979 to 1980 Ford Capri 2-litre S. It's similar to the one from Professionals. Obviously Lewis Collins drove 3-litre S. It's not quite the same, but it is sort of similar. Car check interior, of course. A little bit earlier, this Ford here is Ford Zodiac Mark IV, 1967. Huge, sort of big American-inspired styling on these ones. And then 2002 Toyota MR2W30. I've driven one of these back in 2022, I think it was. It's light green, and it would have been owned by the original owner all its life. It was a 2000 one I drove. It was in superb condition. Fiat 128, 1981-82, 1300 CLB, one of the sort of later ones. So look at the front end of this 128. Someone's taking the bumpers off, which is fair enough. 1974 Bristol 411, which shows on this side where the battery is. I think the other side, you can open a wing up, you can put a suitcase or something inside it. Superb cars, these. 6.5 litre Chrysler engine. 3-speed auto. It's a nice car, but I prefer that to a Rolls Royce any day. MGZA no, sorry, it's not ZA Magnetic, it's a Wolseley. This, it's the Wolseley 1550, which looks very similar to the MG. And then an Allegro Equipe. This is a Series 3 Allegro. The Equipe was a very special model indeed. It was made 7980 only, and then you could get a Series 2 and a Series 3 Equipe. This is Series 3. Sort of replaced, in a way, the 1750 SS. So it's 1980, that one probably. Caterham. 2003. 107 Mercedes-Benz SL. With a beige leather interior and wood. Superb. This one is a 300 SL. Porsche 911 Carrera Targa model. It's before the 964. So that'll be what? I don't know, mid 80s. Basically like a Monstermobile, doesn't it? Monstermobile looks a bit like this, but obviously not quite. Now we're into sort of the American car section here, and with a old Willis Jeep. All sorts of exciting accessories on that. Another one of these, it's a 32 Ford coupe things. Ford Mustang 1965 with interesting wheels on it. And then Cadillac Sedan DeVille 1965 as well. Dolce Pequeño Rock and Rolla. Is this really from Cuba? It's a bit too nice of that. Most of the ones in Cuba have sort of been modified just to keep going because there's no spare parts for them, or there weren't for years. 1966 Ford Mustang. Then a Chevrolet pickup of some kind. Ford Popular Hot Rod thing with an Edelbrock carburettor, and a, I think it's a 50. It's a 56 or 57 Bel Air. It could be a 57. They are a little bit different, the 57s. Right, next section is this Pontiac Fiero, and it's not caught fire. Excellent, brilliant. I wonder if it's got the Iron Duke in it, or it's got some other sort of engine. I've not seen a Fiero for a long time. Long time. Be about 1985, that one. And 77 Thunderbird. Not as big as some of the Thunderbird I've seen, but still utterly enormous. Then another Chevy 3100. We've seen so many of these today. I think it's breeding somewhere. So many Chevy 3100s. Dodge Ram 1500 Classic. I don't know what's classic about it necessarily, but there we go. What year is that then? That's 2022. Gosh, it's a current generation one. 1967 Ford Mustang, and then two Buick Rivieras. That one is a 1971, and I think this is the same. It might be a 72 this one would be. Like the one in Due South, if you actually remember watching that series in the 90s, it's one of my sister's favourite series, Due South, for some reason. It was alright, it wasn't my favourite. But yeah, 72 Riviera. They are very pretty, aren't they, these ones? 71's obviously very similar. Ooh, a Toyota Celica Supra. Is that the one from the number 27 video? Could be, I suppose. 1968 Rover P5B 3.5 litre coupe. Nice to drive those. I have tried one. 1979 Lancia Beta Berliner 2000 automatic. Oh, yes. I like this, viewers. Originally supplied new in Belgium, obviously over here now, and a completely amazing car. So rare, most of them are just a heap of rust. Citroen GS Palace, not a GSA, no hatchback yet. Old sort of Southampton plate on this, latest Salisbury plate, AA. There we go, we got the handbrake up where the radio is and the radio where the handbrake would be, although no radio on this at all. So we got no radio in here. Never mind, do we need a radio when you've got the flat 4, I think, engine in these GS's. And then Lotus Europa. This looks very similar to the one that was used in the Avengers. And in fact that's the Series 2, like this one. We've got electric windows in this. The first one with fixed windows, which is bizarre. Probably still got the Renault engine in that. And then a DAF 66 Coupe. We actually saw another 66 earlier on today. I didn't think we would see another DAF today, but we have. Here it is. I'm very pleased to see that, actually, viewers. That's made my day better. 7273. 1995, 1996 Rover 114 SLI. Please don't call it a Metro, because it never badged as that. I have driven one of these. It was actually a 114 GSI, and I drove that back in April. I've also driven this actual car, this Princess. It's a 78 Princess 2 2200 HLS. I drove this in 2022. Never badged as a Leyland Princess, never badged as an Austin Princess. It's got the Leyland Roundel on it, and obviously if you look up a lot of these, you'll see the mark that registered them was Leyland cars, but they were never badged as anything other than just a Princess. It's just a Princess, that's all it is. Reynard Brown, this one with a vinyl roof, manual, and exquisite, owned by a chap called Alan, who got some really nice cars. Then we've got a Rover P6, which is a nice one. Is this a 3500? No, it's a 3200 SC, okay. It's still got this sort of older type of speedo in it without the rev counter and things, all the way, you know, in 1973-74, about 10 years after these came out. And we've got a 306 Cabriolet, very nice. Let's see what phase this is. Look at the front, this is an automatic, so I imagine it's probably a 2 litre, yes I am. I'm correct, it's a 97. It does have the 2 litre 8 valve engine. It's good to get something right for once. And then a Daimler 66. This is actually far after the XJ40 came out. Look at this, dark green with a beige leather interior and wood. We'd like one of these very much, viewers, we would, but my lady wife would not let me have one. I'm absolutely sure of that, so I shall not buy one. 1970 Triumph Stag. This is actually one of the early ones. This is a press registered one. They all registered like something VC, something H, were the press Stags when they came out in 1970. It's a really early one. Then move on to this E34 BMW M5. Yes, please, viewers, we like the E34s very much. This was the top of the tree as far as these were concerned. Lovely. I facelifted one of the mirrors, but about 92, maybe 93. Porsche 911 S4. Let's say Porsche 928 S4, sorry. I should look at the number plate for a start, shouldn't I? That's very bad. That is lovely. Bentley S3, this one, 1963. Touch the S3 by the headlamps. The S1s and S2s just had the dual headlamps, it's got quad headlamps. Based of course on the Silver Cloud, but much rarer. Alfa Spider, 1971-1972, this is Spider 2000. Still very early on in the production life of these. They lasted, I think, 66 to 1994. Very long production run for those. and one of its relatives, the Alfa Romeo 105 Series Coupe. This one's a right-hand drive. I wonder what model this is. It should say on the back. GT 1300 Junior. I've driven one of these. It was a 2000 engine one. Someone had put the later engine in. The one I drove was a 71. This is 6970. They're pretty good actually. They're very, very beautiful cars. Also beautiful is this 916 Spider, 1999. Just a twin spark, but twin spark's still a very characterful engine. It makes a good noise. Obviously the V6 makes an even better noise, but that's still good. 1965 Alfa Romeo 2600 Sprint. I wonder if this is actually one that was sold over here or not. Designed by Bertone. It's a very, very, very nice looking car. Like that a great deal, viewers. 83, 84 Spider, still with the hooded dials and things, still based on the kind of platform from the 60s Giulia. But obviously by this stage very, very different as the bumpers and things. Another Giulietta here. I don't know what engine's in that. And this 156, very late 156, this one. 2006, one of the last ones I think. This has the 3.2 Busso in that. 2008 Alfa Romeo Brera. Someone's left me an information sheet, thank you whoever you are. Does it actually say which one? No, it doesn't actually say. This is the thing we saw yesterday, isn't it? I'm still. There's a petrol one, excellent, good. Thank goodness. Very, very pretty car. Final generation Spider here, 1990, 1991 on an H. Oh, with a beige leather interior and a wooden steering wheel. Superb. Well, we'll have one of those. Very, very nice. Then we'll go for the 1999 to 2000 Alfa Romeo Spider. Just for twin spark, but again, first facelift. There was another facelift as well. And this one's got red leather interior, so all is right with the world, isn't it? But the Jensen Owners Club is the next one on the list here. South Downs area. This is a I think this is an Interceptor actually. This one is the early Interceptor, not the one that everyone knows, but this is the earlier one. It is an Interceptor. There we go. Sort of early 50s. And this is the same sort of era. Another Interceptor. Wow. And this one is a CV8 that's almost exactly like the one used in the Baron, if you ever remember that series with Steve Forrest in the 1960s, broadcast from 66, 67. It's not my favourite series particularly, but it does have a very nice CV8 in it. It's almost exactly the same as this. They're very, very similar cars, one in the Baron, one than this one. Even got a little trap door on the sort of bonnet, so I think they're both Mark IIIs. Here's the Interceptor most of us know, 71, 72. This is a Mark III, still with the enormous Chrysler V8 in it, like CV8s were. And here's a 541, I think these are called, which is the predecessor to the CV8. 541S, I can't remember what there's a 541R, 541S, I can't remember what the difference between them is. And a Jensen Healy, this is a 72, 73. This is a Mark 1, actually 73. And there is the Lotus engine in there. The Sadcase stand. Storrington District Classic and Sports Car Enthusiasts. Very good. I'll have to go around the back of these ones. 70 to 71 Jaguar E-Type 4.2 Coupe. 1964 Ford Zodiac Mark II. Mark II Zephyr convertible. Can't remember who made those actually now. 1963 Ford Consul Capri. That I think is an, let's get this right, I think an Austin or Morris J4 van. get around these a bit better here. Sunbeam Tiger, 1967 this will be. It was the very last year they made them. With the Ford V8, obviously by this stage Chrysler were buying bits of routes up and they didn't really want a Ford-engined car in their lineup, so it's swiftly discontinued. Here's the front end of the J4. Get a Morris or an Austin version. Bits of that actually still under the Sherpa, which lasted as the LDV Pilot until 2006. Although other names were used in between the introduction of the Sherpa in 74 and the end. 1965 Ford Cortina. Although, strangely enough, this doesn't have the airflow ventilation on it, so this could probably be a late registered one, because by the late 64 they had the airflow ventilation. This is Deluxe. Toyota Celica. I can't remember what mark this is. It could be a Mark 5 perhaps. I think the last one's a Mark 6, so it's a 5. 1997, 1998 on an R. Which is rather nice. 1965 Volkswagen Splitty, which is a bit evil there for some reason. Triumph Stag, 1976-1977. MGB, 1976-77. Does this tell you what colour this is? Java Green, there we go. Excellent. I'll look it up and get it wrong. Austin Frog Eye Sprite, about 1958, something like that. Mark 1 Unos Roadster, 1993-1994. Apparently this is the turbo version. This should be rubber bumping their MGB. Somebody's converted it to a much earlier spec. Even with the interior, but we've still got the sort of later dash in there. I like the colour of that actually. I wonder if that's a colour that's earlier than the car. And then we've got Jaguar Mark II 3.8. This is a 1962. And then an Opel Manta B GTE. I wonder if that's actually the original plate for the car. It probably isn't, but it's probably not too far for it. Maybe up to 84 perhaps. And we will now go to that section there. 1936 Ford pickup. An Offenhauser engine. 1966 Chevy pickup. 1966 Ford Mustang Fastback. 1928 Ford Model A. 1968-69 Ford F100. And in 1965 Mustang. Even though there's a 64 plate on it, the first model year officially was a 65 or 64 and a half, so that'd be a 64 and a half really. Right, so now we've got some more cars here. 72, 73 MG Midget. 1966 Mark 1 Ford Lotus Cortina. I assume it's a real one. There's that Cadillac STS earlier on. I don't know what it's doing down here. Gosh, it was right behind the field, this thing. It's a 99. 71, 72 MG Midget. Is that an original colour? Right? Not sure. 1997, 1998 Jaguar XK8. Similar to the one I drove back in March, although this one is a different colour. The one I drove was a grey one. Chevrolet Camaro SS. This will be first generation Camaro, won't it? Yeah, 67, 68 on an F. And then to finish off this part, we have a 7576 MGB. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again very shortly for some more incorrect information.